Greetings, true believers! Tonight, we are here to comb through a box of old files. We liberated from a fallen shield base. An event we're tackling in 8 installments, so join us as we dust off these SSR files on the shield agent before there was even a shield. As we begin assessing Agent Carter. Now let's start with an audio tape.
And now it's time for the Agent Carter Adventure Program, brought to you by Roxxon Motor Oil. Tonight's thrilling tale finds the SSR on the heels of our heroes as they decipher the meaning of the late Leet Brannis' cryptic heart symbol, as a hopeful means of finding the remainder of Howard Stark's bad babies. But with danger lurking in the shadows, and the SSR a hair's length away from the truth, can Agent Carter and her trusty butler confidant stay one step ahead of their pursuers? Stay tuned and find out.
Yes, alright. How you doing tonight, BlueDragonFive?
Well.
Okay, so we got episode 3 of Agent Carter. It's called Time and Tide. What do you think of this one?
Oh, I like this one. I'll admit the promo misled me on a lot of things with this, but I did like it.
Let me ask you this. Did the promo specifically say next episode or this season?
Well, again, it's not even technically a season, it's a miniseries, but...
Right, but did it say specifically next episode, or did it say, let's say, next time?
I guess
or coming up on?
I don't know, I guess
it's all in the wording, you know what I mean?
Well, usually it always says, like, next Tuesday or whatever, but, I guess...
Right, but I think if this said coming up on, usually they play that after the, after the first episode, and it's a weird sort of, like, alright, we're gonna pull together, like, oddly enough, Survivor did this after 29 seasons. It's the first time they ever did this, but after the first episode, they were like, this season on Survivor! And it ended up revealing a lot of spoilery stuff, but I won't get into that. But
I don't know. Maybe. I have to rewatch it to find that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, promo's a little misleading. I'm still a little bit concerned that Howard Stark isn't going to show up until, like, maybe the midway point again.
Well, I'm actually sure he's going to show up next episode.
Are you? Are you?
I am pretty sure, because they had him really heavy, and then, like, he's really integral to the next episode's plot, according to the promo. And again, the promo seemed really heavy on us. I assume they're not going to pull the same trick twice.
I hope not. I really hope not. Okay, well,
I don't see it. Really, we had in this promo, we had one glimpse of what the episode was actually about. So, I mean, the next one seems definitely Howard Stark needs to play a role in the next one. So,
all right, fair enough.
Also, remember, this is our Breaking Bad guy episode. Our director from Breaking Bad did this one.
This one right here that we're talking about right now?
Yeah, the crawl space guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously 2 completely different shows. I didn't notice anything particularly cerebral like the crawl space, but, you know.
Well, I think there were definitely some great shots and definitely Breaking Bad-ish action moments.
Yeah, right now, I still think my favorite shot is the one that's, like, right at the beginning of her in the blue and all the other people in, like, the beige.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, it was a great shot.
Yeah. All right, well, let's dive right into it. Let's break it down.
Okay.
So, first of all, what do you think of the way that they did the recap?
Well, the recap's pretty good. Just what was it? It's just Peggy telling you what happened previously, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good.
I mean, I guess a little nitpick, but I thought it was maybe a little overly wordy. Like, because it's basically Peggy literally running down, like, the entire plot of the first 2 episodes, so it could have been trimmed down a bit, but it's fine.
I think it would be awesome, just kind of give this away now, it would be awesome if they did kind of what Legend of Korra does with their 20s announcer, of having the radio show recap what happens.
Oh, I'd love that! Oh my god! Oh,
I would also, and I
should
should burst your bubble a little here, unfortunately. I heard from Ralph Garman himself, he's going to, well, not personally myself, I heard him on Babylon. So he's going to appear in 1 more episode, so unfortunately he's not going to be throughout.
Oh, that sucks.
It's unfortunate, but, you know, it'll be in our hearts forever.
Well, I'll look forward to that one other appearance.
Yeah, maybe forgot a few times, optimistically.
Yeah. Well, Weird Al's only going to be in 1 episode of Gallivant, so whatever.
Also, he's going to be in an animated movie, but that's not time for here. Also, I wanted to Well, we'll get to it when we get to it. Okay, so moving on. So after a little recap, we got Peggy. She's doing some detective work and she's looking through a book of symbols. I love this bit. She's doing detective work and looking to see what the heck that symbol is. And just to correct myself from last episode, this is in fact a heart with a line through it. I thought it might be like a misdrawn hat or like an incomplete symbol. But apparently, points on Brannis for actually finding the strength to finish drawing the symbol.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it would have been like he was interrupted before he couldn't finish drawing the symbol. Okay, but yeah, it's a heart with a little line through it.
Okay, and we get, like, right at the very beginning of the episode, we get this really intimidating shot of, like, some kind of guy lurking outside the building, and we're like, oh no, what's he doing? Is someone coming for Piggy?
Now, Tiggy, this is a very smart bit of direction here. Think about it.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely
because
was.
We have a man in shadows, and that's going to be a huge thing later in the episode, like people in the shadows lurking.
Sure, very true.
So I like how they're setting that up. This episode I find really rewatchable. At least I find it rewatchable, definitely.
I had to rewatch like about half of the episode just to get proper notes on it, and I would agree with that. At least for the half I watched, I was definitely picking up stuff. So yeah. Okay.
So anyway, so Peggy, she's looking through the book of symbols, trying to get a clue here. Meanwhile, we got a man climbing up her apartment, like the Griffith Hotel apartment complex. Where men, it's very important because men aren't allowed past the lobby. It's a very strong.
And I feel like this show is almost kind of developing a little bit of a Chekhov's gun in terms of like, when is Peggy gonna need to sneak a guy up there?
I assume when one's wounded, but we'll get into that. Anyway, so we have a man climbing up the sea. We think to probably kill Peg, but no, she's armed and ready to take him out. But no, it's just a guy saying he's got the wrong window. He's looking for his girlfriend. Next one over. Do you mind if I get in there? Slams the window on him, won't let him go.
Have a good night. Oh, so good. All right, so next scene, Thompson and
Thompson, Dooley, and Krasminski.
Krasminski. I really want to make sure I get that name right.
Likewise.
Krasminski. Krasminski. Damn it!
There you go. You got it. Krasminski.
So they're investigating the apartment of creepy mustache man from the last episode. The mute.
And they pass Krasminski's girlfriend in the hallway. He's got on the side next to his wife. Well, along with his wife.
Oh, I really love Krasminski in this episode. He was really growing on me. I was like, man, Krasminski is like the standout star here. Like he is like surprisingly like running away with this episode. And yeah, at the end I kind of get why, but we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, they're going to the mute's apartment. Apparently, this is, I assume, it's kind of maybe a seedier part of town, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
And like girl goes, oh hi Ray, it's Ray Krasminski. Says, oh hi, how you Ray? Is just like like waves her off like.
Yeah.
Anyway, like Dooley gives him a look. Yeah. Like. Anyway, so they go into the apartment of the mute. They examine it. Do some classic detective moves, which I did really like. Like he stabs the chair looking for empty compartments.
Oh yeah.
And they find cash, various passports for like different countries, aliases and whatnot. Importantly, thing that was hugely cool in the last episode, the transmitting typewriter.
Ooh. Yep. Okay, so the next scene is that it for that?
Yeah, and basically they have a lead on something the mute was looking at, which we know is definitely going to connect to our Leviathan guy. So now they're actually in the game. Yep. So meanwhile, at the Griffith Hotel, where Peg stands.
Another great scene. So Peggy is having breakfast with all the other women, all the other residents of the Griffith Hotel.
Like Angie and so on.
Oh yeah. And do we have a name for the landlady? Let me write that down.
Yes, Miriam.
Miriam, okay.
Yep, Miriam.
So Miriam, she comes in. And, oh God, oh man, she is just perfecting the art of like high class stuffy BITCH.
yes, and so basically, Molly, one of the girl who was waiting for her gentleman caller last night.
Yeah.
She's bragging about, oh yes, I had a visitor. So you're breaking the rules, Molly. You're crazy. And then pretty much Peg's about to leave. Says, oh Miss Carter, please sit down.
She's like so pleasant. She's like so passive aggressively pleasant to everyone.
I think she was Yeah, she was passive-aggressively so malevolent in this
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Anyway, so Miriam, she gives us, I love this idea, she gives a speech, and it's almost as, I'm sure you can relate to this being a fan of your Survivors, and well, that's such a reality show type speech, like, you get a sense, it's like one of those, like, Bachelor type show moments of, like, they have, like, a little, like, the rose ceremony or something, like,
Right.
anyway, so, she gets into a speech about Houdini, which I thought was a really well-written speech, by the way.
It really was, yeah.
Basically, so she starts a speech saying, like, Houdini was a great man who was able to pull, he was able to make himself disappear. And then I love this. I love Angie realizes, oh boy, Peg, this is never good when she gets into the speech. And essentially, Mary, in a flowery way, she says, men are not allowed past the main lobby.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. I could totally see someone on Survivor using that whole Houdini speech as a disappearing special, or I mean, I'm sorry, as a voting confessional, like doing the Houdini speech and then holding up the voting card and being like, "And now it's time for you to disappear."
Yeah, something like that. So Miriam basically, in a really malevolent way, she kicks out Molly. Says, "Whatever, Molly's last name, Molly, you go upstairs, pack your things, because you're out of here."
I hope that you enjoyed your night, because it will be your last.
Oh yeah, she was just like so pleasantly evil.
Right.
It's like Lady Tremaine must have been roommates with this lady.
Oh god. She would make an awesome live-action Lady Tremaine. That's a good casting call.
Yeah. Anyway, so pretty Molly, obviously she's upset by this, and the girl's like, oh man, she's being too harsh on her. But yeah, she didn't break the rules, and like, oh, it's still bad for her. Anyway, so Molly's like begging her, please, and please, I need here to say, well, you should have. I hope you enjoyed your night, because it was, yeah, exactly, because it was your last. And then she goes into kind of bragging. Miriam really is kind of evil. She's bragging about it too. She's basically saying, this place is the security around this place is impenetrable. Pretty much saying,
it's like Fort Knox.
Yeah, and this is important because one, I thought she was going to be like revealed. And it's not off the table yet. I think she might be revealed. She might be a Leviathan agent or something. Well, I mean, no. I mean, I don't think she's actually going to be a Leviathan. I think there's going to be like a thing where it might be suspect she's a Leviathan agent because, well, the bit is like, how could she find out that the guy went up to the apartment?
That's true. That's kind of a good point.
I guess maybe sorry, not Leviathan, but I mean like it's something like she. I think Peggy's going to uncover a secret about this girl.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that there's secrets there. I just don't think it's anything like.
Right. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, like, I think there is something up with this lady because she has like kind of this error about her of like, oh man, there's something off about this broad.
Sure, definitely.
Anyway, so pointedly, she says, nothing is this place is impenetrable, much like Fort Knox, and then Peg gets an idea. No place is impenetrable, so she gets an idea, light bulb for Peg. Yeah, she's on her way out.
Okay, so next scene we have let's see, Agent Thompson. Is it
just the guys?
Thompson.
It's all
Thompson and Sousa.
Yeah, Thompson. It's Thompson, Sousa. I think Krasinski's there. Yeah, Krasinski's there, and Dooley.
All right, so they're investigating Brannis, and let's see it. And now this is a plot point. Did this plot line even really get picked up much? Where it's like this guy, like he died apparently 2 years ago, so he's kind of like a reanimated corpse, I guess. I don't know. I kind of got lost on that a little.
No. It's simplistic. It's
She explained it to me a little bit.
Essentially, it's kind of like a bullpen scenario. They're all like putting the pieces together on a board, just kind of spelling out what they found so far. So they're putting the pieces together. They decipher, okay, the guy's got a mark on him. These marks on their necks with the voice boxes removed is a Russian indicator of them being from Russian prisons or something. So they track it down from there, and what they found is that they're using old aliases. So these are like the identities they did.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm dumb. I'm dumb.
So the identities. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tiki. Nothing's off the table per se. They were cryptic enough about it to suggest that because on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. they're doing kind of the bringing people back to life thing nowadays on there.
Okay, right.
So
well,
I mean, it's not
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of started with a bring someone back to life gimmick.
So I'm not saying it's off the table, Tiki, but I'm pretty sure they're saying it's an alias.
Okay, I got you.
That's the easy explanation. Pretty much, they're just using Russian prisoners and troops who basically died on the
Because at first I thought that was going to be like some sort of major plot point. I was like, whoa, they're getting some real supernatural stuff here. No. Okay, I'm dumb.
So pretty much just these are like Russian troops who died and they used their identities for their crimes here, and then they then pretty much they find that okay, the typewriter is a transmitter, maybe to Moscow. Okay, well we'll find it. I got some. Was it Thompson or Sousa says I got some friends. Oh, I think Thompson says I got some friends in Moscow. Krasinski says, "Boy, what about me?" He says, "You got any friends in Moscow? Then you can't help."
I also love the little moment where Thompson, I think it's Thompson, touches the typewriter and the chief's just like, no touching.
Yes. Pretty much, you get it. Krasinski, he really just wants kind of like to get some credit. Like he wants to be appreciated about getting some leads, and he's just not getting it.
Oh yeah. So then Sousa walks in and he reports that they dug up the information about the plate that they found at the end of the last episode, the license plate.
I found that.
And
Krasinski says, "I found that."
and it belongs to Stark, but the question is, who is driving the car?
Now, I love that Sousa points out, Dooley, like Chief, Chief Dooley, Chief, do you really think Stark would risk like going on the lam to come back to commit a crime? It's a smart question. He's saying, well, no, maybe someone had to drive it though, and that's probably where we're going to get a lead from.
Oh yeah.
So I love that. And by the way, I'm going to mention this real quick now. Dooley in the he is actually from the comics. Dooley.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he was a Shield agent.
Anyone else from the comics?
Well, to my knowledge, Krasinski's not from the comics. I think Sousa's original for the show. I could be wrong.
Okay.
And also something to keep in mind, I don't think Peggy Carter's as developed as we might think she is in the Marvel Universe. It's like more so.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Like more so after the fact is when Peggy was mentioned and stuff. She was in the old.
Right.
Like she was in the old Cap stores. Is more so like she was like a side player.
Okay, cool.
So I could be wrong on
I
that.
respect Marvel for taking a character like this and really, really running with it.
Like she was just, to my knowledge, she was just in the 40s comics and pretty much just Sharon took over for. It's like, oh, I'm a descendant of hers. Like her niece.
Okay, yeah, right.
You got an official ruling on that. So yeah, Sharon is Peggy Carter's niece always. She's always been her niece. So yeah. I mean, occasionally in some of the Ultimate stuff, they might muddy around a little bit with it. But point is, Sharon's her niece, so they could still work that in for the movies. It's not confirmed yet, but it most likely will happen. Okay. Anyway, sorry. So Dooley's like Shield agent.
We can work that into the movies if, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, Dooley. My point is, Dooley is a Shield agent, and funny enough, a little bit of, in the comics, he's more of a womanizer.
Oh, okay.
So they
gave that role over to Krasinski.
Like he's a real Dooley. Like in this series so far, you and I have kind of praised Dooley for being like he's trying. Like he obviously still set in the old ways, but he's giving it a shot of being a little bit more pragmatic. At least in his mind, he's pragmatic.
Out of the Three Stooges, as I like to call him, he's definitely the least offensive.
Yeah, I mean he's like professionally trying, even though he's trying. It's like he's in his mind trying to be polite, even though it's still.
I mean, obviously Sousa is like the most professional person there.
Won't he just give you an inkling of how offensive he was in the comics to women?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, well, just real quick, I found this out. I thought it was really fascinating. That just in comparison, he was such a pig. This guy, he forced She-Hulk to do a strip search in front of everybody.
Oh God!
This guy was and thankfully, Dum Dum Duke and like chewed him out, like saying, "Oh man, you're a pig." You know that?
Yeah.
This a strip search is supposed to be performed by someone of the same sex in a separate room. You still like threaten to beat him up and stuff. Dum Dum Duke is cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him when the commandos come in.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so I don't think they're going to go that far with it. I'm just saying that's a little taste of how he.
No. I'm just saying. I can't wait to see the commandos in general.
Likewise. Anyway, yeah. Stark's car has been found. They traced the license plate. Let's go ask some questions. Meanwhile, Jarvis, awesome scene with Jarvis.
So he's talking to his, I hope to be always off camera wife.
I'm sure they're going to bring her like towards the end of it, perhaps.
I hope not. I genuinely hope we never see her. I genuinely hope that's a creative decision they're taking.
What about photographs?
No, I don't want to see her at all.
I don't think you're gonna win that battle, T. I think we're at least gonna get photographs or something.
I want it to be like Eddie's brother, and the mystique of Eddie's brother was ruined when we saw it.
Okay, anyway, so I love this. Jarvis is like this hearing her is like the sweetest dynamic with his wife. She's like, pretty much he's just, I'm going out in the garden, dear. Says, okay, John. Like, okay, Edwin.
So yeah, Peggy, she shows up at the window and she's just all panicked.
Just love that. Oh, panic Jarvis, because Jarvis just caught so off guard, and his wife's in the other room. So that's adorable. His dynamic with his wife, even though she's off screen, it's adorable.
So let me ask you this, like, so where exactly do Peggy and Jarvis go to?
Oh, this is actually a really cool idea. I really liked watching this. So
Okay.
the idea is that Tony Stark, sorry, not Tony, Howard Stark. Too early.
2 decades.
So Howard Stark, such a nice guy. You know, it's like any servant. Like the servants' quarters are on the Stark premises.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, just Howard Stark's mansion.
Oh, okay, I got it. So yeah, so he was in the servants.
Yeah, he's a really
okay. I got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, like Howard Stark's such a nice guy. He bought Jarvis his own little house as a servant's quarters on his premises.
Okay, cool.
That's
Thanks
really
for pointing
nice.
that out. Yeah,
I really like that. Anyway, I love how it's just not even pointed out. It's just there. It's something for you to pick up on. Like, oh, that's so nice. Right. Okay, so there's walking to the Stark's mansion. You know,
what's Peggy bringing up?
Peg drops by on us and Jarvis saying, traditionally, if you're going to drop by on us, you should phone ahead first.
Just like Howard.
Yep. Anyway, so pretty much they're coming by to examine the basement because she had an idea during that whole that Houdini speech. I actually got an idea today about something being impenetrable. Pretty much examining like the site of the robbery, like around the vault, like how someone could have gotten in through this impenetrable vault. She wants to examine the crime scene, pretty much, just to find like how it got penetrated, like how the person got in and got the stuff out without anybody knowing.
Right. Okay, so
so they go inside the mansion, like they're heading towards. I guess, but before they really head towards the basement, we're gonna get there later. But I love this because Jarvis. I have a relatable thing with Jarvis here. He mentions like says, "Oh, well, the night it happened, I didn't really hear anything because it was raining It was raining thunderstorms and the power was knocked out. And I wouldn't know. I didn't really wake up because the rain put me to sleep along with the candlelight." The rain is really soothing to go to sleep. Oh, yeah. It is. I love that. Like she's looking at him like, what a lousy attack dog, like a lousy guard dog you make.
Mm-hmm.
And Oliver Jarvis defends it by saying, well, security is not in my purview. Security is not in my discipline.
Yeah. Okay, so then...
It's funny because security years later will be a big part of his discipline.
Of course. So that really intense scene happens.
I'll concede this to you, Tiki, about this episode overall. The most Dexter-like episode we got so far.
Well, I think it's just going to get more and more Dexter-like as it goes on. But so Sousa and Thompson, they show up, and yeah, you're right. This is kind of
it's not Sousa, Tiki. It's
it's not. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, actually, I'm sorry. No, I don't think it's.
I could have sworn it was Sousa.
You sure? I can't. To be fair, I thought it was I thought it was Dooley and Thompson, but I could be.
Hold on.
I don't remember who the other guy was aside from.
No,
Thompson.
it's Sousa. I have it written down in my notes as Sousa. I'm pretty sure it's Sousa.
Yeah, you're. Forget me. You're right, Dickie. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, but Thompson, of course, he's like kind of the big player in this. He really kind of takes over, and so Peggy, she's just like kind of like just hiding in the corner. Of course, very Dexter-like scene, like, oh no, I'm at the scene of the crime, and my coworkers are here, and they can't find out. I have to hide.
Really interesting thing, because what's Jarvis going to do? He's going to have to let him in. Well, we think he's going to have to let him in and put Peggy. Like, I'm screaming at Peggy, TV, Peg, get out of there, run, find the other exit.
Right, yeah.
But she's not, so Jarvis, thankfully, he's calm, cool, and collected with this thing. So the SSR's at the door, they want in, they want to search the place, and he says, any reports of anything going on, anything missing? He says, oh, yes, the car sent a report in. The car was reported stolen. Yes, that's why he found the car. We found the bumper. What about the rest of it? And that also points out that he filed a police report with the detective at the precinct. So we don't know how true that is. I assume it's true, but they legitimately just don't have the paperwork.
Right.
Well, to a degree, we'll get to that later. But the point is, they say he filed a report with the New York detective, and I'm sorry, just basically, so they want in. Jarvis obviously can't let him in, so he says, "Well, it's either that, or you can go. Can you go downtown with us, Mr. Jarvis, before we get a search warrant?" Says, "Okay."
Yeah. So Jarvis, he really kind of puts his neck out on the line here. Kind of a very surreal thing, kind of see him get in the back of a of an aging car.
It's quite refreshing. It's been a long while since I haven't been in the front of the car.
Right.
And Peggy has this worried look on her face, like, oh boy, I don't know how this guy's going to hold up to questioning.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, so I think this is a really well. First of all, before we get to Thompson, Chris
Minsky.
I'm only gonna have to remember this for this episode, and that's
Minsky.
He needs someone to cover his shift, and this is just a great running joke that goes throughout this episode.
Yes. With a dark payoff.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. So yeah, he needs someone to cover. Oh, and I also love how the first guy he asked to cover his shift is literally Butch. Because, all butches are awesome. Okay, so anyways, and he also scolds Peggy for tardiness. He's like, one of the agents is like, hey, well, why don't you ask Carter? And he's like, oh, please, Carter can barely even keep to her own job.
Plus, Dooley wouldn't want me having a lady here in the late hours working.
Yeah. And then, of course, the big payoff is at the very end of the scene. He does.
9 a.m. means you come in on time, Carter says, should I tell you, like, man, she says something about, take the line away, Diggy, what did she say?
Oh, I don't have it written down.
She says, about your, who should you tell about your lack of getting off work, your wife or your girlfriend?
Oh, yeah, right.
Pointing out that he is cheating and he's a despicable human being.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, Jarvis interrogation going on.
I really like this scene. I think the scene really has a lot of good layers going on to it. So,
this had a great tension to it, this scene.
Oh, yeah.
And again, to be fair, I don't want to just compare the guy to just the most successful thing he's done, but the Breaking Bad directing style does show a little bit here. It's like that double-sided tension, because he did have one of the most tense episodes of that show.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
pretty much just the tension of like a character who knows something around other people and just watching something happen right in front of them and being helpless to do anything about it for the most part.
Oh yeah. It's like the last thing Peggy wants is for Jarvis to end up in a situation that she got him in, where it's like he's being charged with all kinds of things. Like, that would just ruin everything.
Okay, so here's input. So they say it might take a while to find that aforementioned police reports. And my question is, they don't really specify on this, but I assume that either the police report genuinely got lost in the NYPD police files, or they just intentionally don't have it ready for them. Like they have it, but they're not using it, like to get information out of them.
Okay, interesting.
So I don't know which is which.
I don't consider that.
I assume, like, for one, for the most part, I assume they're withholding it so they can get information. But I don't know. I think they generally might not have it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have to ask them questions because they have a legitimate thing not to ask them about.
Right.
So okay. It's a little up in the air, but the payoff's pretty neat for it. Anyway, so they're interrogating Jarvis. So no police report, so that's why he's there. That's their circumstance.
Also, they bring up the fact that Jarvis was at one point charged with treason.
Yes, and they suspect, he drove the car there, and like, at least he knows something. So he wears his dirty underwear. He must know something.
Whoa. Okay, so.
They had a really funny line too, of like, the only thing about Star Wars, what about the death ray? I believe the death ray's in Nevada. Jarvis with his humor. Here's the funny part about the line. I wonder if he's telling the truth or not. Like, Stark was going around to explore, find the bad babies. I wonder if he actually means the death ray might be in Nevada.
Right. So I love a lot of Thompson's kind of physical acting here. Like, I love the moment where he just starts massaging Jarvis's shoulders.
Yeah. Also, like, he asks some questions. I love how, like, the men on the big tension in the scene is like, Peggy Carter. This is a brilliant idea. That Peggy Carter, she has seen this guy literally beat a man for answers.
Exactly. Yeah.
In that same room, in that same kind of situation. Now,
he's he's very much like Bullock in that way.
Yes, yes, and pretty much, the Thompson, all the cops, not cops, all the SSR agents, they're remarking to each other, like, oh man, they're impressed Thompson hasn't
It's been
broken
5 minutes and he hasn't knocked any teeth out.
Yeah, so this guy is like, he's a violent interrogator too, like he's known for that sort of thing. So
right.
tension's mounting for Jarvis, and just the reaction on Peggy's face, really good, tense scene.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So again, this non-violent approach here is still pretty good, and I love this. The tension builds even further than that, with Dooley saying, we got an ace in the hole," or someone says, we got an ace in the hole for Jarvis. We got something on him to make sure he talks. And then, even though this is impossible, he has no way of seeing him. Somehow Dooley gives a nod to him, even though he had no way of seeing that.
Right.
The point is, it's like a nod, like he knows, like, oh, he's gonna do it now.
Yeah.
Then basically he drops the information on Jarvis. We did some digging on your files here. You were almost accused of treason, but you got out. However, you still did receive a dishonorable discharge.
And I love the moment where he just sarcastically slow claps for him.
Yeah. My favorite bit in the scene is, Tiki. It's right here. It's my favorite bit is after he basically says, "You dishonorable discharge, you might be able to." Basically dig some stuff up on. He's threatening him. He's threatening deporting him and his wife, mainly his wife.
Yeah.
Jarvis has this one bit that really just made me go, "Oh, this is the best part of the episode."
Don't you bring my wife into this?
Don't bring my wife into this. Well, really cool. So Jarvis. There's one thing. Jarvis's big button. So you don't mess with his wife.
Of course.
He loves his cute off-screen wife. And then he just mentions it. No, boy. Then Jarvis. Jarvis probably wouldn't stand a chance against Thompson, but still, he wants to beat the snot out of him for just even threatening his wife. So the point is, a threat of deportation. Then Peggy, really, the tension's on. Oh boy, this is getting on Jarvis's skin. This is not good. And then Dooley knows. Okay, we got him. Now he's gonna sing for us.
Oh yeah.
So Peg starts going the action here, really smart. Like Sue says, "Hey Peg, don't you want to watch this?" No, I got stuff to do. And she basically smartly, she gets Dooley's signature to draw up another report.
Mm-hmm.
So
and I also love how Kresminski is. She when she walks by, he's like, "Come on, Carter."
Yeah, no, he doesn't even say "come on." Well, he just says. Okay, you can have my shift.
Right.
Pretty much tells her, okay, you can, this is the last chance, you can have my shift. And she doesn't answer because she's in the middle of the situation. That is an important moment because later on it's going to backfire.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, again, he says, "Come on, Carter! Chris Mincy's such a lazy guy. Anyway, so within all the action, I love this little moment's gonna have such resonance later on of her just she doesn't even have time to pay attention to this idiot.
Exactly.
So she gets Dooley's signature to draw up a new report all of a sudden.
Oh.
And basically, then she intentionally botches the interrogation, classic Dexter Morgan style.
Oh, most definitely.
And pretty much it just says, "Oh yes, found that. Sorry, Chief Dooley, I misplaced this car, the stolen car report." Just, "Oh, good, you found the car. Oh, good, you found the report. I guess I'm through here then." And then this is a classic Dexter bit. Now we cut to the next scene. We're in the office, and Dooley is not happy.
No, not at all. Peggy is basically the pariah of the office at this point.
I felt so bad for Peg.
I know.
She's trying to get some legitimacy here, and she has to pull a move intentionally to save Jarvis, and she's getting chewed out and getting told by people she's far better than. It's like the scene from The Incredibles. It's like the Wally Shawn's character, Mr. Huff, I think his name is. It's like getting chewed out by a company is like an enormous clock. Yes, Bob. It's sort of thing. Anyways, the point is saying, just chewing her out, saying, "You know how close this man was." He's praising Thompson. "This man did an exemplary job. He was this close to getting confession. You ruined all of that. What do you say?" "I'm sorry, Agent Thompson." Says, "Sorry doesn't even cut." Pretty much. "I don't even want to look at you. Get out of here." Just the
I
look
also
of...
love how Dooley just explicitly says that he is cheesed off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, the whole office is pissed at her.
Well, they're not even that. It's just like it's like this. It's even harsher than that. You just give her like this room look. Oh yeah, she doesn't belong here. She's a secretary.
Right,
Like, oh yeah,
right.
forget being an agent. Amateur.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, so you feel so bad for Peg. Oh, Peg. Oh. Meanwhile, so Peg is frustrated, and again, just logically, she's frustrated as she's getting ready for the thing went over there in the first place to do. Look at the vault. So she has her gear in the bag. She's getting ready, dressed in her like kind of combat-ish gear.
Mm-hmm.
And Angie comes by, just as her classic old gal pal, just kind of walks in there and says, "Oh, let me tell you the day I had English." Just wants to chat like in the 50-cent tip and all that stuff, and like, yeah, let's drink our troubles away and eat pie. See which one gets so sick first. And the point is, she just feels brushed off because obviously Peg needs gas. Angie, I'm feeling quite a bit tired. Oh, okay, I get it when you want to brush mouth. No, Angie, it's not that. Then who interrupts? Miriam. Miriam comes by. This is such an awkward moment. I hate using that word.
Oh yeah.
It is. It's just Miriam just walks in there and introduces
them to a new tenant.
Oh yes, Miss Carter, and then Angie. Look who we have here, a new tenant. Her name is and well, call me Dottie. And previously, she's going to be a dancer.
Peggy's accent.
Yes. Oh, I love that accent. It's English, right? You can tell it's like literally the friends are trying to storm off because they had a fight, but they can't because they're being blocked in by these two. Like, then they to their credit, they do stay as politely long as they can, saying, "Oh yeah, well, welcome to the place." Just storms up. I didn't mean to interrupt. No, you weren't interrupting anything.
There wasn't much left to say. Yeah.
Yeah, and then pretty much Miriam's looking all confused. She's like, it's like a moment for like the mom from Everybody Loves Raymond for a moment, like, oh, I'm so important.
Right.
But I think they're building towards something with her, so I'm gonna. The main thing I did decipher from this, not decipher, the main thing I did notice about Miriam in this episode, they really are kind of hitting home the reverse side of the sexism at the office here. This is like the uber feminism.
That's very true. That's a good point. Yeah.
So again, I like how there's no middle ground. Like Peg's trying to set some middle ground here, but it's really hard to in this world right now. It's either one way or the other, like the uber feminist or the uber sexist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like you have to be ladylike, and no men at all past the road. Like women are just. In feminism, cheesy and practice seems like taking women down page. Like you have to crowd women in a women-only apartment to get them to act ladylike. Yeah.
This show definitely really stands out for portraying stuff like that, for sure.
Yeah, so again, I'm really impressed with how gutsy they are with just how straight they are playing this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, and it deserves all the praise it's getting for it.
Oh yeah, so anyway, so again, it's pretty much just bad timing on Miriam's part, introducing Dottie to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile.
So Peggy, she's back with Jarvis. Let's see, he makes some sort of crack about shoot, I just have written down Mr. Stark, he thinks that you need to develop high-tech technology to brush your teeth.
No, well, yeah, he says.
I know, I'm botching the line.
Yeah, Mr. Stark believed the high-tech technology was involved in breaking in here, and Mr. Stark thinks that high technology is required in just brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
So pretty much, it looks like just a low-tech operation, just need explosives to get to the vault, and then basically it goes all the way to the bottom into the sewers. It goes that far. So they lower themselves down on a rope. Jarvis is an ambiguous line. He says, basically says, I've been lowered down like this since I was going down one of these ropes with an amusing Spaniard. And Peggy says pretty much, you keep things to yourself, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I like how she's starting to politely grill him here, saying, I don't need to know anything, but in case you wanted to share anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't at first. Anyway, she gathers that, okay, well, you said it rained that night, so we're in the sewers right now, so it looks like you could have just had a raft waiting here. It could have just literally went out to sea to get picked up later on. So that's probably what happened. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they know how the weapons again. Bomb goes off, weapons fall, into the raft, and it just washes out without like any motors or anything.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, what's happening with the guys?
So Thompson, he's checking out for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Krasinski, he still needs a cover. No one's taken.
I got you a passport.
And I think this seems really interesting. You know, a nice kind of sweet little moment where Sousa kind of officially confirms his attraction to Peggy. You know.
I'll give you a nickel's worth of free advice. She's not going to trade up. She's not going to trade up a red, white, and blue shield for an aluminum crutch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good line.
That was a really mean line, though. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what a douche.
Oh God. Okay, so
now I'm to be honest with you, I'm pulling that. I heard they're going to introduce Peggy Carter's husband within the show.
Oh, interesting.
So, now here's the thing. I don't know. When they said that, I'm not sure if they mean that the new character is going to be introduced, or they're going to make Sousa. I would love it if Sousa was the guy.
Yeah. He's great. He
does fit the profile.
I mean, I'd honestly be surprised if it wasn't at this point. It'd kind of be like a little bit of a 180.
Because remember, I'm just saying he fits with what Peggy Carter said in Winter Soldier, saying I met my husband was freed from a prisoner of war camp by Captain America in the winter, and I married him years later.
Mm-hmm.
And he fits the bill. He was obviously injured in the war. You know, he knows Captain. He knows of Captain America.
Very true. Yeah, you're onto something.
I'm saying he fits the mold, but they could introduce another guy. They said they're gonna bring in the husband at some point. So I'm hoping.
Like I said, I think if they introduce another guy at this point, it'd be kind of a 180. It'd be kind of jarring.
It's a little late to introduce a guy.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, so Krasinski and Sousa, they're left there. They're mingling as they're having lunch, just kind of stuck there. Dirty rat. He just leaves. Thompson won't trade shifts with him in his last-ditch effort at getting out of this thing he's stuck there with Sousa with. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now we're back in the sewer. They're going down the pipe. They're looking to see where the tunnel leads, and basically Peg says, "Yeah, look, I need to know your secret here about the whole treason thing. For trust. Like, you take my word as a gentleman, trust me. I can't. You need to tell me so I can trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Howard Stark trusts." Basically, Howard's like, Mr. Stark trusts me. He says, well, Howard Stark trusts anybody.
That's not really saying a lot, yeah.
Exactly. Like you trust any women, particularly.
Oh yeah, big time.
Jarvis, he relents and says, okay. And basically he goes into the story, which has some Marvel Easter eggs in it.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Well, vague. I'm just saying he mentions Budapest, which obviously was referencing the Avengers.
That's obviously a reference to the Grand Budapest Hotel. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe Howard Stark visited the Grand Budapest.
Oh God, that's a movie right there. Sequel.
Maybe
crossover.
Maybe he's the guy who invented what was that little lift, like the lift thingy, like a skiing cart. Like people go in the trams or whatever.
Right. Let me ask you this: if Wes Anderson were to direct a Marvel movie, what one would you want him to do?
Well, I mean, just looking at Grand Budapest, I know he could do a period.
Yeah, just judging by that style, yeah.
He could do a period Howard Stark film.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay, cool.
If not, I'm sure he could do some other stuff. But it's right. One right off the bat.
I mean, I'm sure it would never in a million years happen because A, he is a guy that definitely loves to work within his own set of toys, and B, Marvel has a very specific look that does not cater to him. But it's fun to speculate, right?
Well, I mean
working with Wes Anderson would be like the Edgar Wright situation times 10. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if he was truly gutsy, I'd give him She-Hulk, but that's not there.
Oh God!
Anyway.
No, I would not give him She-Hulk. His style is not. No.
Okay. Anyway. So Jarvis goes in the story, pretty much says he served under this general in Budapest way back in the day during the war. I assume World War II. I presume. Mm-hmm. So he met a young Jewish girl named Anna. They met each other. They fell in love. This sounds like kind of a Grand Budapest Hotel, to be honest with you. So he met Anna. He met Anna. They fell in love. They're so cute. Like she worked in a clothing store. Anyway,
it's kind of a little bit of a reference, maybe.
I don't think. I think it's Budapest.
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, so he fell in love, and pretty much when the war broke out, after he met this girl, Obviously, things are getting heated up. He wants to get her out of there because she's Jewish, so she's a target.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much, he wants to get her out of there. And like the general has his little letters of transit, where you give someone this letter, they can get out of the country, like get out of the war-torn area. And unfortunately, the general was kind of selfish, and he wouldn't give give one to her. So Jarvis tried to forge it. Because I assume, now I'm going to speculate here a little, that now Alfred Pennyworth, for example, Alfred Pennyworth, he had military experience. He was in MI6, and it's always been a little dodgy of what exactly he did in the war. But particularly, he has medical training. He knows how to work his way around a shotgun, so presumably he's had a little bit of combat training. But mostly Alfred, he's more medic and like he diffused diplomatic situations. I assume Jarvis is a little bit of that. Like he's I assume he's more of like he assisted the generals. Like he was a servant to the generals. Like he's a paperwork guy, like a clerk.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I assume that's what they're aiming at here because we see he's not that adept at fighting.
No, he's not.
So I assume that's what they're going for. Like he's not exactly Alfred Pennyworth to a T. So I like that. They're making Jarvis his own guy.
Exactly, for sure. I think that definitely makes him a more well-rounded character.
Exactly. Anyway, so the point is Jarvis tried forging him, and that was thought of treason because he forged paperwork, and he was in big trouble. Thankfully, he befriended Howard Stark before they had a familiarity about them, and Howard Stark, being the lovely guy he is, he saw his old friend was in trouble, so basically he worked out some deal that wasn't specified, which I think may get examined later on, perhaps.
Could be, yeah.
Point is, he says Howard Stark, he helped get past the treason thing, but still resulted in dishonorable discharge, so the military could get back on him in some way, so dishonorably discharged them. But he got out of there safely with his wife, and and he also mentions that basically that cemented their friendship, and also this shows Peggy Carter that hey, man, Howard Stark isn't a bad guy at all, so definitely he can't be a bad guy, which is going to set up for next episode.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so then also Jarvis has a really good line. I really love this line that he says. I think also is going to feed in the next episode. That he says, "I may not be truthful with my wife, but I am always honest with her." Really good line. So I think that's going to, obviously, first episode we saw he's hiding something from Peggy Carter with Howard Stark. So I think that's going to play into it.
Okay.
Where are we now?
Well, they kind of come to the end of the sewer, and then they shine the flashlight, and there's the symbol on a ship.
And they're in the harbor, and they find it.
Okay, and then let's see. And then after that...
they drive there now, so Jarvis has a funny line asking for a gun. Says, a little cocky, aren't we? Like, a little sure of ourselves, aren't we? He says, well, do you have a gun for me?
Yeah.
It shows you how far he's come along. Now he wants to be part of the action.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, it's probably a bit legitimacy. Like, it's probably a legitimate question because I don't want to get shot at. People shoot me. I want something to shoot back at them with.
Yeah, Jarvis. We've already established he is not a fan of getting shot at.
Yeah. I'd ruin his black socks.
Right. Oh God, don't even go there.
Anyway, so this is important though. We see a man in shadow in the background watching them enter his ship.
Mm.
So they climb down the ship with the logo on it, and they find the rest of Howard, or at least a bunch of Howard Stark's bad babies.
Oh yeah, a whole big cargo full of them.
Oh yeah, so presumably the rest of them, but I'm sure there's some others around the world.
Yeah, there's one device in particular that was initially meant to be a back massager, but ended up being producing violent muscle contractions.
Strong enough to break bones.
Yeah.
And it's called it's been renamed the Constrictor.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really brilliant scene, I think.
Oh yeah.
So I love this because before we saw the big threat of last scene is that Jarvis, our sweet, lovely butler pal, he might fold under pressure, be pressured into giving things up. We don't know how tough this guy is, but no, Jarvis, he would have been able to be cool in that situation. For what he's grilling Peg about. Peg wants to call in. Okay, we found the weapons. That's great. Okay, I'm going to call in. Everything's going to be fine. Well, no, you can't do that, Agent Carter. If you do that, you can't do that because you're going to ask a bunch of questions about it. And basically, well, that's fine. We'll tell them the truth. He mentions basically he questions her as they would, and basically puts her in a bind. Pretty much like quickly grills her about all the logical questions, like, how did you come across this information? Like, wait, are you saying you've met Howard Stark when we were explicitly looking for him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much pointing out that you're in a bind here. He points out that look, if you have to do this from the shadows, otherwise they're going to put you under the same amount of put you under the microscope like they're doing Howard right now. It's not going to help anybody. We got to do this from the shadows. He says, well, no, I will. And Peg, this is important. Peg says, I'm going to call it in, and they will respect me, but they won't.
Oh yeah, big character moment.
And they're going to use it to tear you down. And basically, I love what Jarvis points out, because and Peg knows it from that earlier scene. Like, yeah, they're waiting for you to screw up.
Exactly, for sure.
She actually has that line in the first Captain America movie where she says she's worked really hard to get into the military.
Definitely.
And yeah, pretty much, it's almost impossible for women to get into the military at that time. Like like a general position, like she wasn't general, but a high-ranking position like she was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is one of two really good acting moments from Jarvis, like right in a row.
Oh, yeah. I just love when there's the best moments from Jarvis again. Where he says, "Don't you threaten my wife." Like, don't bring my wife into this, and basically says, "But they won't respect you." Really good moment.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So they're doing it from the shadows, and Peggy Carter just okay. She relents and says, "At least try to call and ask for Sousa, because I don't want Krasinski to get the credit for this. I can only stomach Sousa getting it." So one of the funniest moments happens.
Oh god, this is hilarious.
Also, Peggy Carter smartly says, "Jarvis, remember, they know your voice now." So, the actor who plays Jarvis is a genius.
Oh yeah, because he makes this anonymous call, and what's the accent? Is it like New York? I want to say,
yeah. It's
like really thick New York.
It's really thick New York. He basically just like, "Hey, Mac, listen, I got a tip for you." I love Sousa's reaction on the phone. That cracks me up. It's like, wait, who is this?
How do you get this number?
Yeah, again, logical questions. This is
because he points out later very logically, like a concerned citizen would call 911.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Listen, pal, I'm at the docks and I found Howard Stark's weapons. So you're gonna want to get down here. It's a boat with a heart on it. It says. Wait. Then pretty much, as he's starting to grow him a little more, he just says, he starts to break toward. He was doing an okay job.
Yeah, no, he was doing great. And then at the very have a good night.
Have a lovely night. Because Jarvis has that moment of like, oh, that was close. He like shrugs it off like, okay, is it good? Oh, hilarious. Just hey, Mac. Meanwhile, so a guy comes down and says, "Oh, Jarvis, too. Wait, you're not him. It's Peggy versus the guard, the Leviathan guard of the place."
Oh yeah, this is our kind of like big action set piece of the episode, our big moment for Peggy to kick ass.
Yeah, because really this is a very I respect this episode for not being a big action heavy one.
And I also respect it for not having a cliffhanger, but we'll get to that.
True. But yeah, just saying, I was impressed. There is an action scene. This is pretty good, but still, it's really sold in the characterization, the tension in this episode.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so I love that the guard points out, Piranhas warned me about you. He says, "You think I was a woman?" Yep. Get into a big old brawl, a lot of really cool action bits. Jarvis helps out for a bit, doesn't help out that well, but thankfully, this is a little sweet, subtle moment here that as soon as Jarvis is under fire, about to be hurt, Peggy Carter, she saves him, she steps in, just showing the bond they had in that sewer moment, and pretty much saying, he's for Hal.
For sure.
Because earlier on in the episode, too, in like the breakfast scene, it was mentioned, like, who's that guy you're always with? Any romantic thing? No, he's my friend. Like, no, he's a co-worker.
Yeah, so she uses the what is it called? The contractor?
The constrictor.
Constrictor, okay.
She puts the constrictor on the guy's arm and pretty much cripples his arm.
His arm starts going nuts, and I must say it kind of had like just a tiny little bit of a Hulk effect.
Well, I'll give you this. I think there might be a bit of a gamma effect in there because it is green.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, right.
I didn't see so much Hulk, but just I think you're right. There could be some gamma in there. I'm not ruling it out, but just hearing the bones crack and everything, it's so gruesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then they hear the SSR coming around and says, maybe this would be a good time to escape. Oh, what if he's a witness? We don't have time. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Which is important. This is kind of our blood slug guy right now.
Oh yeah, right.
So so they get there. Krasinski and Sousa, they get there, and Krasinski's like, basically he's interrupted from his lunch, saying he didn't want to do anything that night. Says, okay, wait, we're just going on an anonymous tip. Maybe it's Bupkis. Well, it's something. You know, they go down there, and Krasinski's thrilled. He's on top of the world. Oh, hey, we found it!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yay! This Krasinski's so happy. I think it's his best dialogues in this scene.
And then Sousa, he's very skeptical. He's like, well, this is kind of gift wrapped to us like a Christmas present. But who doesn't love Christmas?
Yeah, that was a great line. That's my favorite line from Krasinski in this episode. Who doesn't like Christmas? And we're getting promotions for this. For what? Oh, answering a phone? This is all gift wrapped for us again.
Oh man, so good.
Who doesn't like this? Okay, so Krasinski, he's thrilled. Sousa not satisfied. Man in the shadow is lurking as we got Dooley and telling Krasinski and everybody that, okay, listen, you guys got to convoy these weapons. We'll have wake up the eggheads. They're gonna figure out what half this stuff does, and then catalog it. Also, you guys grill the muscle when you get back to headquarters. We got to do this now, and also drive carefully. I don't want to be the guy that blew up Manhattan. Also, there was a funny line Sousa had when Krasinski was just kind of recklessly going around the glowing boxes, just throwing stuff. And remember what Sousa said? Hey, easy with that stuff. I don't want to turn inside out.
Right.
Really funny. Okay, so let's see. So you remember that guy's lurking in the shadows there. So okay, so we're in the car with Krasinski. We're in the car with Krasinski and the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And the muscles, he's complaining like, oh, my arm, I need to go to the hospital. And then I love on the way before he says that Krasinski's saying, oh yeah, we got a guy named Thompson. And I got to tell you, he's really rough. You're gonna basically saying he's very violent in his interrogation, trying to soften the guy to get there to tell him instantly. It's a smart move, by the way.
Right, yeah.
So pretty much he's warning about Thompson and says, oh, my arm. Says, well, don't worry, we can't take you to the hospital now because you're just going to get broken again.
Of course.
Anyway, says, oh, who is that? Does that dame work for you? Says, dame, what dame? The English dame. She did this to me. And says, wait, what does she look like? And as he stops at the stop, this is a Breaking Bad scene right here.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably
this is the most Breaking Bad.
The whole. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. This scene in particular.
Okay, for sure, I can see it.
Yeah, so the sign goes down. Really well shot scene too. Just going for the upper angles and things.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it stops and he's like, wait, what? And the guy rams into him from the back, and we don't even see. I love at the action stage. We don't even see the guy that well. Oh man, we're in the big scene now. So a man in a fedora hat and shadow basically walks. That's never a good sign, by the way. Man in a fedora hat and coat, masked face. He walks by and says, "Hey, this is like a government car. You picked the wrong car to ram into. It's like a government car, pretty much." And then before Krasinski can finish his wailing, before he's complaining. He's shot by snipers, so it means Leviathan guy, most definitely. He's shot by sniper rounds. Not silencer rounds. Silencer rounds.
Uh-huh.
And then the guy in the back, the muscles freaked out. Like, the guy didn't tell him anything. And then shot through the glass. And then we had the cool Breaking Bad shot of the guy that drives away. By the way, really good music playing, too. I think it's called That Boogie Song.
No, yeah, once again, this show definitely continues to have good music, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think that's the name of the song. It's called That Boogie Song. It's really nice. This is playing on the radio, and it's the perfect way to end an act, too, by, go commercial. That song's playing. It's like a Breaking Bad ending moment of, he drives away.
I was really upset. I was genuinely like, no!
I felt the same way. I felt the same way Carter does. I gotta be honest with you. I was like, the guy was a prick, but I didn't want him to die.
No, he was such a fun character this episode.
Yeah, he was funny. He was dim and funny. He
really came into his own. They really did a good job of establishing him, making us think that he was going to kind of be the long-term comic relief of the series, and then done. This show's doing a really good job with its deaths. Them unexpected. Yeah,
it catches you off guard. I did not see it coming a mile. When they bumped into the car, I thought maybe he was going to get wounded or something. I didn't know he was going to get killed.
Yeah, I honestly thought it might have been I don't know, something to do with Peggy. I don't know how it would have been possible, but maybe Peggy accidentally rear-ending him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. For a moment, I actually yeah, you're right. Gee, I'm just remembering this. Oh, yeah, for a moment I thought it might have been like Jarvis about like chloroform. Like he's in a hat, like masking himself. He did the
Sure,
first.
yeah, something like that,
Yeah,
right?
because he had like the mask on. Well, not sorry, not mask. He had like the hat on, covering his face like he did when he was first introduced in the series. So for a moment, I thought, okay, it's Jarvis doing the smart thing of like, okay, it's gonna be them covering their tracks here,
Hmm.
and then like dragging the guy out of the back and interrogating him. But no, it was just Krasinski got murdered there. It was so brutal and callous, and just played so well.
Yeah.
A really great scene. Again, this show is so powerful. Like, anyone can die.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure,
mean,
for
like we
sure.
saw again, Peggy's roommate got killed, and now another one added to the. Again, I love the resonance this guy's death has. We'll get into that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So after we're now, oh man, I love how this scene's played so much. We're at the SSR.
Well, I think it's a little bit of dark comedy. How it's like all the women in the office are just hysterical about it.
Yeah.
And you're
Well,
just kind of like, well, how many relationships has this guy had?
Yeah. Well, also to be fair, it might not be.
No, I
entirely-
know. I'm looking a little much into that, but still.
No, T. I
kind
had
of
the
in
same.
back of
I had
my
the
head.
same thought at first. I had the same thought, but I'm thinking like, well, even like the one at the end, it's Peg kind of like friend who's like an older woman had the same. Like, no,
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. So maybe it was kind of like at first you're meant to think that, and then once she gets to the, to the older women, you're kind of like, oh, okay, so it's more just out of respect.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, I suppose all the guys are broken up about it in a similar fashion too.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know, I think it might be a little, but you're right. That could also be it. But anyway,
Maybe it has something to do with it, yeah.
maybe it's a bit of both. Let's just say it's a bit of both. Anyway, so let's see. So the SSR, they're really broken up about this. And Peg goes in. I love that she just learns about this on the job. Like, she did not know about this at all. Just coming in there, and she's shaken by it. She's walking up to the desk. My favorite shot of this episode, next to that death shot, it's got to be just looking. She walks by and she sees his desk, and his desk is it's full. It's filled with personality. He has like crushed nuts on the desk, like in peanuts.
Yeah.
And also like on the desk a bunch of flowers, and like just walking by. And you're seeing that it's such a realistic. It's played so realistically. If you're walking by a desk one day, has flowers on it, because you just realize, oh man, someone has died.
Mm-hmm.
And so she walks by that desk full of flowers, and just, oh man, he's gone. And then she's getting some information on him. Like, what happened? No, his assassin killed him, like silencer rounds.
And I love how Sousa gets really introspective. Like, just makes you think when someone close to you dies, you could go at any time.
And I love, again, basically from this point forward, when they talk about death here, I love how it's the lines that are said are not ambiguous, but that I guess double meaning enough. They're like kind of ambiguous enough to basically relate to exactly what Peg's thinking or feeling. So basically saying, it can happen to anyone. Of course, happen at any time. And of course, relates to imagine the guilt Peg's feeling in the scene. For so many reasons. One, she's feeling guilty because obviously she kind of has been dealing with Leviathan, so she probably blames herself for this happening.
Right. Kind of going on that one thematic element. Like, even though her and Krasinski obviously weren't close, it kind of goes still on the element that she kills people with her very presence. You know what I mean?
I know. I love that. Just that line was so perfect in that first episode, like saying, whenever people I'm around die. And of course,
exactly. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's just so sudden, and even it's so sudden, and this. Yeah, it can happen to anybody. And this also cements, like, she's getting a little closer to the Jarvis, and I think she's worried on some level this might happen to Jarvis.
Oh yeah, big time.
Anyway, so let's see. So then after, Sousa blames himself too. I feel so bad for Sousa too, because Sousa blames himself for whatnot. He sends something suspicious about that call, and just the guilt on. I can tell you, the actress who plays Peggy Carter, Haley Atwell, she did an amazing job just with her facial reactions here. Of just, you can feel the copious amounts of guilt on her face of like, oh yeah, because I should have thought this out better.
Exactly.
Jarvis just called, it was a mysterious tip, and now he's dead, and they blame, the mysterious tip line.
Right, so it's like, in a way, she kind of got herself into even more hot water now.
Yeah, like she obviously, it's easy to see how she blames herself for killing this guy. Like,
Sure.
And then, oh boy, and this line really just nails the head, right? Nail on the head of like the guilt. It's like, oh, this line just sums it up, and she's made everything worse with this line, basically. Dooley, I love how solemn the scene's like. Dooley's just waiting there too, as he says to everybody, Howard Stark is to blame for this, whether he pulled the trigger or not. Just shows you, like, the guilt she feels for even taking on the Howard Stark case. A man is dead within this organization. A man who wouldn't be dead. I mean, he's lazy. He wouldn't have died out of murder.
Oh.
No, he would have died over too many donuts or something. He wouldn't have died.
Or maybe from an STD.
yeah, something like that. The point is, like, she never would imagine, like, he got murdered. People get murdered because of what I'm doing with Howard Stark. I'm committing treason myself. You're like more so actual treason.
Right, for sure.
And, because I'm doing this, people are dying. Because I think I'm doing the right thing. When I really, there's a chance if I just did the job that society wants me to do, the world might keep spinning regularly around here. Like, the world wasn't dangerous before I got involved in this thing with Howard Stark.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so then, it's just the guilt she feels, and then, like, someone says, it's a really dark comedy line here. Basically, says, like, Dooley says I'll call his wife, and I think Tom says I'll call his girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's so dark yet funny. And again, I feel so bad. This is the sympathy episode for Peggy Carter, because I feel so bad for her. Okay, anyway, then, this scene, God, melts my heart. This scene is, she's at the diner. She's at the L&L Automat, which, by the way, I did some digging. I was stupid in the last episode when I said what I thought it was. So, the Automat, I was like 20% right. Yeah, I was 20% right about what the Automat was.
Okay.
Okay, so the Automat actually, it's like, basically, remember the pie thing in the pilot?
Sure, yeah, right.
Okay, so basically the idea is, like, an Automat is just, it was the first advent of vending machines. So basically,
I got you.
She put a quarter in that thing, and then she got the pie.
Okay, nice.
So that's what an Automat is. So it's a diner, but like, when you need food made, the girls do it, but then you need a drink or something, and then you put a coin in there, you get it. Really cool idea. That sounds like an awesome idea.
Yeah, it is.
Really cool. Anyway, sorry. So, so they're having their usual, like, English Angie talk, and it's a really sad ambiance around the room, and just like she's walking in there, and says, "Can I get you the usual?" And she's still a little mad at her. Just says,
a little bit, yeah.
But I love it. She can realize that Peg is really destroyed here. She's talking to her, saying, I'd like to tell you about my day. And she just realizes in that delivery, it's like so much subtext in the scene. She realizes in that delivery, oh man, she's really sad about something. I'm going to ask her. I'm not going to drop a little mad facade here. I'm going to talk to her.
Yeah, right.
And she's, I love how Peg literally lays her out everything about the situation without telling her the intimate details. So I like how she didn't just hide things like saying I had a bad day at work. No, she says pretty much what happened.
A coworker died. Yeah.
Oh,
very suddenly on the job.
Yeah, very suddenly on the job. Oh, it's terrible, Peg. And I love how Peg says, she's going to spell this out. I love how she says it. She says, I didn't even like him, but he was good at his job.
No, yeah, exactly. It really is hard.
Her saying that makes me think, he was a pig, he was horrible, but, he did his work. He wouldn't have died this early on the job if it wasn't for me.
Exactly.
Man's life to end preemptively, and he could have improved for all I know. I don't know. Like, I think an inkling of Peggy Carter wants the world to change to where guys like Krasinski would come around on how they feel about her. And dying like that is like it's visually not visually, just kind of symbolically.
Yeah,
metaphorically, I guess.
Oh,
it's like metaphorically, it's like her hopes are dashed in that moment with the death of Krasinski. Like, these guys know they're not going to come around; they're going to die before. It's like even Jarvis has that line earlier on we mentioned of like they won't respect you. No, they won't because they'd rather die than do that.
For sure.
Well, they'll most likely die before that happens, and it's Peggy Carter's mission saved throughout the series is going to be to get past their mentality.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, really strong point.
Whole lot of layers. And anyway, so then we have some ending music happening, really good ending music, and the guy's asking for his coffee. I think he fancies you. It's like just so funny. Like there's really heartfelt scenes going on. It says, "Hey, waitress, can I get my coffee?" Saying, "Okay, in a minute, can I get my coffee?" He says, "I think he fancies you. English, you talk too much." And I love just Angie saying, "Listen, I'm gonna take off early after I serve this jerk his coffee." It's English, you talk too much. It's such a sweet way to end the episode.
And like I said, man, this episode not ending on a cliffhanger makes me realize just how rare of an occurrence that is with serial-based shows like this, and how effective it can be. because it's like a cliffhanger just has the effect in the moment. But a good emotional ending like this is going to be so rewatchable. It's going to be so much more rewarding than just like, oh, snap, something happened at the last minute that we're going to resolve in the first 5 minutes of the next episode. You know what I mean? So I thought it was a really bold choice, and I really respected it.
Oh yeah, again, this episode I think is real. It was. I think this episode was a gutsy move for an episode, but it was really good.
Now, what do you say? Would you say this is your favorite so far, or would you still give the edge to the pilot?
I don't know. Again, we've had 3 really good episodes.
Yeah, we have.
Here's
It's hard to stack them up.
Yeah, here's the best part. They're good in really different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Pilot really just lays out our universe. 2 is really them going on an adventure. It feels like a different. The second one feels more espionage.
Absolutely. Yeah, right.
The second one feels more espionage and adventure. It's like, they're moving forward things. The adventure begins in 2. The universe is set up in 1. It feels like a trilogy already with just 3 episodes.
Oh, God. Well, if this is a trilogy, then this definitely feels like The Empire Strikes Back right here.
Yeah. If it was one more, then it would be.
I know.
Anyways, the point is that, this third one was just like the somber. And this was the somber, like, not a lot of action, but it just the hits were really heavy and the tension was.
I wouldn't even necessarily call it somber, because I think the brilliant thing about this episode is that
it's surprisingly somber.
So they built Krasinski up so much as like kind of like this unlikable but still very fun comic relief, and then he's just gone. And yeah, I'm really into it. I can't wait to see what happens.
I gotta tell you, when they pull moves like Krasinski here, it makes me worried for. I mean, I'm sure some of these characters are safe. Like I think Seuss is safe unless they bring in an actual husband for Carter.
Okay, I doubt that's gonna happen.
Again, I also doubt that. I'm saying they've left it ambiguous in descriptions to suggest that Seuss is going to become the husband. However, they didn't say they're bringing a husband in, so a husband's coming one way or another.
Okay.
So I'm hoping they're just being ambiguous and not just saying, okay, we're going to bring the actual guy in.
So really quickly for about 5 minutes or so, let's get into some speculation.
Sure, but I mean, I'm worried. Let me say this: it is speculation related. I'm worried, like characters like even like this more likable version of Dooley might go, or more importantly, here's the important one I'm worried about. I'm worried about Jarvis's wife.
Yeah, that's true. That would be a blow.
Yeah, I mean that's
that would
something
be emotionally resonant.
I'm thinking that's something we wouldn't expect too, because we're thinking, she's the cute off-screen wife. Well, there's like
right.
Picture this. Imagine we get like a terrifying scene of Jarvis comes home one day. He's the China sets, like little tea sets, all broken and shattered. And we see like he walks into the next room. We got like an Incredibles reveal moment of he's in the kitchen, like one of those voice box guys, one of the Leviathan guys. There's like a gun to her, and it's just, Jarvis, Edwin, I'm scared.
Oh man! Ooh.
We could have a moment like that.
Right.
I'm just saying anything could happen. That's a fascinating way to go with it, and it just makes me want more episodes for this. But I'm respecting how far they're going, just knowing they're a miniseries. That's the reason they go this far.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, say speculate. Not a lot to speculate.
Really quick, make it brief.
Okay. Well, here's what we know is coming. At least. Okay. So there's a really dangerous bad baby coming up.
Ooh.
It looks like it's an orb device, like a doomsday button in it.
Okay.
Point is, it's another. Orbs are really dangerous in the Marvel universe,
Yeah, they are.
Basically, it's a gray orb with a button inside, which I guess is going to be real dangerous because that's the way Howard Stark is built up. So it looks like Peggy's going to meet Howard in the next episode again.
Hopefully.
Ideally, if they stick to the promo. I want to say that Commander's going to be in it, but again, Commanders were supposed to be in this one.
Exactly.
So all I know is Howard is coming next one, but.
Okay.
Trust issues are going to be heavy in this next episode, especially having trust issues with Howard.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Do you want to know the reason why?
Sure.
Okay, Captain America is going to figure in the next episode.
Really?
They say the way the promos are hyping up is that Captain America's legacy is going to be put in jeopardy with this next one.
Oh.
And it looks like Peggy Carter in the promo. She looks really like out of not composed. Like she looks really angry at Howard Stark this thing.
Interesting. Okay.
She says something about she literally mentions Steve by name, saying Steve is more than just $sign Steve. Pretty much, it's saying like he's more than numbers in your bank account.
Okay,
So
nice.
I'm really interested to see where they're going to go with that. Just points, this one's going to be really personal for her. It's going to relate to Captain America in some way.
And this is going to be like the halfway point in the series, so they're definitely going to have to do something big.
Okay, so I get a sense that the next episode is going to be really personal.
Okay.
Also, here's something I meant to speculate about last episode.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really cool homage that gives me hope for the future of Marvel with these Netflix series. There was a mention in last episode. It was real quick. I don't get credit for catching this because it was pointed out to me on the Geekvolution bigger one. There's a She-Hulk reference in last episode. That's what kind of the big thing that kind of drew me to the whole Dooley thing. That sorry. The last episode, remember when she's talking like there's the slut who walked down the hall and like a bunch of the girls over there in the apartment?
Mm-hmm.
And was one of them said they worked for a law firm, Goodman, Leiber, Kurtzberg, and Holloway.
Oh, okay.
Now, that's She-Hulk's law firm because she's a lawyer. And by the way, real fun that a lot of those names are classic Marvel writers from the bullpen.
Interesting.
So, Leiber is Stan Lee's real name, and Kurtzberg is Jack Kirby's real name.
I've been meaning to ask you about Stan Lee, just really quick.
Oh, he's next episode.
What?
Oh, he's next episode.
Okay, so has he had cameos in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
One, yes.
One? Okay, so what's the deal with that? Do you think he's going to get like one per season?
I don't know about per season for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He hasn't shown up in season 2 yet.
Okay, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the way they play it.
That would be
how do you know he's going to be in this next one?
I'm saying they've been hyping it up that he's going to have a cameo in this show.
Oh, okay.
I believe they confirmed that he's going to be in the 4th one.
Gotcha. Really excited about that.
That's really all I got for speculation, unless you got anything to add, like you want to speculate.
I have one quick theory.
Sure, shoot.
What do you think of the idea that Jarvis dies and within this series we get him turned into the AI?
I think that's very unlikely.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. Again, I pointed this out.
Technology's just not there yet?
Well, that, but I mean, there are other more valid reasons. I mean, I think Tony's going to have to also probably meet Jarvis at some point. He hasn't been born yet.
That's true. Good point. Okay, that kind of throws that theory out the window.
And again, this one's just... I've read in the tie-in comics to some of the movies that Tony knew Jarvis when he was a young kid in the Marvel. So basically, in the unofficial like cinematic Marvel universe, pretty much, that Tony met Jarvis like before his parents died. Like he knew Jarvis for a while, like when he was a teen. So they could always retcon that one out easily. So I'm not sure.
No, okay, it was kind of a wild theory, but just wanted to bring it up. All right, well, I think we're done.
I think the bond's going to be strong in that, though.
Sure.
Like they're gonna I think we're definitely get to like some reference to why Jarvis is worth bringing back in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I think we're done here. So we are sealing up the vault for now, at least until next time, when we continue assessing Agent Carter.
Tune in next time, fellow patriots and spies alike, as we continue the further adventures of Agent Carter.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye.
Not Christmas.
Krasinski!
I fucked up his name right at the end. Good job, Tiki. All right.